Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be demonstrating how I embroidered the bunny's nose and the eyes on the boy bunny pattern that I have coming out very soon. For here on right next to it, I have the girl version that I did eyelashes on, we're going to be doing basically the same thing, except we're going to be omitting the eyelashes today. But I will demonstrate that so you can see me do that as well. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to start with the nose. So I'm going to thread my pink yarn for my nose, for the little bunny's nose. And the pattern says to put the nose between rounds 48 and 49. So right here at the bottom, you can see that these right here are single crochet increases, and so that is my cue that this is round 40. So we're going to count up to just kind of find the best 2 stitches that are as centered to the body as possible. So here we have, so I'm going to be using, both of these look great. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this one as these two. So you kind of use your needle to help find those 2 centered stitches where you're going to wrap your yarn around 3 times. So we're going to go in through the back to make this easier. We're going to go in through the back, and we're going to leave some yarn so we can secure with a knot and fasten off a lot later. And we're going to wrap our yarn, go in that second stitch to the left, and we're going to do this 3 times. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And we don't want to pull too tight. We don't want this to it will make the stitches really tight, and we don't want that. Just enough to where it lays nicely flat. And then that is a little nose. Now we're going to go down 2 stitches right here, right there. We're going to go in through the back, and now we want to find the stitch underneath in the middle behind that nose and go right through that. And that right there is the little bunny's nose. And see, this is why it's so much easier to stop at round 52 and do this, because the fastening off of the yarn is a little easier. And you're done with the nose. And those can just be tucked away inside the head. So now we have the eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those. All right, so I have my black yarn threaded here. You can use embroidery thread, embroidery floss, I believe. Here I have cotton yarn for the black eye embroidery eyes. Before we get started on those, I want to let you know that I also have some placement options for these plastic eyes, the safety eyes, and these will go between rounds 49 and 50, and they're going to be 7 stitches apart. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and those are going to be the eye placements if you're using safety eyes, and this is perfect to where you can add in the backing for those. But for now, we're going to make the embroidered eyes. So the way that I like to make them is very simple. It's just a V, 2 diagonal lines on the opposite direction. So we're gonna go 1 stitch to the left, 1 stitch up, 1 stitch to the right, 1 stitch up, and that is going to be our starting point. So we're gonna go in through the back. As you can see, 1 stitch to the left, 1 stitch up, and that's where I'm going to bring my yarn through. And I'm going to use the same yarn for both eyes. And now we're going to move one stitch to the left and go up to create that diagonal line. And then I am going to come out another stitch to the left and to create that upside down V. Now for this one, I am going to leave it just like this. No eyelashes, but I will demonstrate it so you can see that the eyelash is going to be here on just one stitch over from that outer corner. And then I'm going to go right here up a stitch to create the upper eyelash. Remember, you don't want to pull too tight because these, here I'll show you, they would be too tight. See? And if that does happen, you just insert your needle and wiggle it around and then gently tug and it'll come right back. So pretty easy comeback. But for today, we are going to have no eyelashes, and which makes it even easier. So we're going to continue with those. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and take that eyelash off. All right, so now I have that little eye done. Now I'm going to move on to the next eye, which is the same. I'm going to go in on that stitch right there. One stitch to the right, one stitch up. That's where I start. One stitch up, one to the side, and that creates my first diagonal line. And then I'm going to go down. Oh, lost it. In there. And back in. And that really completes the eyes for the bunnies. And by all means, I know I said that this is the boy version because it has overalls, but I absolutely think this would be adorable as a girl or a boy together. You know, I think some little roses on the little pocket on the hair next to the little ears, just like that. Wearing overalls is adorable as well. So you guys go ahead and don't forget to tie a knot in the back. And the nice thing is you don't have to weave any ends. All you have to do is just leave them there, work up the rest of the bunny's head, and you are done. You can also add some blush. You can add the blush lines with some more pinky yarn. But besides that, you are already done. Those are the embroidered eyes, super easy. I really love to do these.